Hello everyone, welcome to a live stream of round 1 of the Formula 3 Championship. And just myself this week. There should be some... Oh shit, that's my voice. I forgot to mute it as usual, but at least I know it's working now. Yeah, just me this week. My co-commentator for this season is enjoying his birthday, so happy birthday to him. He'll be back next week hopefully. Hello Joe, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy the coverage. I'm not going to pick a car, it'll just probably put me in one that's available. Should be a very, very exciting season ahead. F3 and F4 on PSGL this season have been tiered, so the quicker drivers should be in F3 and the slower drivers should be in F4. So these are the very quick drivers, and they're all roughly, I'd say, within probably about a second of each other, second and a half. So probably going to be a lot of interesting battles, which for one commentator may be a bit tricky to keep up with, but I'll do my best. I'll also go through the teams and drivers now actually while I'm waiting. Oh, of course, have I taken my charger wire out again? I have. So yeah, I'll just have a look who's in what car this season. Some very promising looking lineups, if I remember rightly. You can see some of them on the screen, but okay, in the Ferrari we've got last season's F3 champion Chris Gore, and he's partnered by McPhee, who is my teammate in F5. Then in the Mercedes we've got Betrayer and Varico. In Toro Rosso we have Zimmerframe Hero and Hulkenberger, who, well, they were both battling for the F4 crown last season when it wasn't tiered, so they're both very, very quick. In the Sauber we've got Rakarov and Hayes. In the McLaren Honda we've got RDO and Dougie Dude, who I've never seen race before, so I'm interested to see how good he is. I think he's pretty good from what I've heard. Yeah, RDO, hopefully we do have a good race. Oh, can you turn off your notifications? Yeah, of course. Thanks for reminding me, actually. It should be better now I've turned off my notifications. Already some talk about today's real life F1 race. Back to the teams and drivers, I think I left a few out there. Lotus, we have Sheepy and Mr. Grumpy, a very quick partnership. Williams, we've got Insane Like Hawks and Kaza. Again, Insane's could be a potential title challenger. And in Red Bull we have Craig and a Fabulous Chicken. I think we're nearing a start here. There's only 12 drivers, a little bit disappointing, if I'm honest, because there's a lot of regular attendees here, so it'd be a bit disappointing if that's all that's there. I sound so different. That's probably a compliment, to be honest, but yeah, thanks. Yeah, don't think I sound any different, but yeah, looks like we're about to start. Just 12 drivers here this week, but I'm sure there'll still be a fantastic race in store. I'll have a look actually who's actually missing, so I know for the qualifying coverage. Ali K, well, as far as I know, Ali K wasn't, I don't know if he decided not to stream anymore, or if, I don't know, to be honest actually, but yeah. I was chosen last week that I'd be commentating, so yeah, hope we don't miss Ali too much. Dry at Bahrain, that's not a surprise really. Who is missing then? We have... Oh look here, who isn't here? I feel like... No McPhee, which is a bit of a shame. I think he might have said he's not attending though. So no McPhee. No Hulkenberger. Again, that's a bit of a surprise. No Rakarov. And no... I know Sheepy. I think those are the ones that are not here. Rain dance, please. I'm not going to make the effort to rain dance at this track. A lot of people going out early. You don't usually see that when there's a rain forecast, but Sheepy and Rakarov said they can't race. Okay, fair enough. I think the fee might have done as well. Keep your comments in the chat coming. I don't think Kvyat's the new Maldonado. I just think he made a massive error of judgment. Obviously Vettel got a puncture after the first collision, so I think he was more at fault for the first collision than the second collision. Although he was at fault for both really. But it was a mistake, he apologised and he'll learn from it. It's more than Maldonado ever did. He never used to admit responsibility for crashes he caused. Podium predictions, yeah, of course, podium predictions. It's a tough one on this grid actually, because there's so many good drivers. I'm gonna say, I think Insane Like Hawks might win this race. I don't know why, but I think he might win. I want to say Dougie Dud because I've heard he's good, but I haven't seen him, so I don't really want to call it. I think I'll go Insane first. Chris second and Varika for third. I think that'll be my prediction. But I mean, there's probably about 8-9 drivers here you wouldn't discount for a podium. Anyway, I'll follow, see who's on a lap. Chris on primes, bit of an interesting move. We might go on to options later on. Kaz's started a lap. I'll follow Hayes around. I think he's the furthest into a lap. My old teammate in F4 last season, I want to say, yeah, F4. He's done 28.6 first sector, which is solid enough. Looking fairly smooth so far. Dougie will probably be around 5th, I would say. Okay, that's a fair shout. I mean, Bahrain's one of those tracks where you would not expect massive gaps between drivers, because I think it's a track that universally people seem to like, especially since it moved to a night race. Seems to have added a little bit of magic to it. So it's looked good so far from Hayes. Around the middle sector. That's quite a bit of a corner cut there, not gonna lie. I don't know if it was deliberate or not, but you know, see for yourself that he cut the corner. Not backing out though, so he's going to finish this lap. And again, running a bit wide at the end corner, certainly pushing track limits. He might be frowned upon that coming into qualifying, but he does a 1:31 dead. Let's go quickest. That's a decent time. But Raikko's done 2 purple sectors. If I can find him. Here is a Raikko. I've just followed him just in time, and he's done a 1:29. Wow. Well, that certainly has laid down the gauntlet. That really has laid down the gauntlet. A 1:29.9. That's quicker than any of F2 went. So that is an incredible lap by the Raikko, and I think people are going to find it difficult to stop him with that time like that. Grump's gone third, 31.1. Um, wasn't there a corner? Wasn't there corner cutting penalties added on after Bahrain, or was that penalties for incidents? Have to let me know on that one. Zimmer Frame Heroes gone into 4th on a 31-2. Under normal circumstances, we say he's pretty much in the mix, but after Rijkaard's lap, I don't think anyone's going to get near him, to be honest. Dougie Dud's giving up on his lap. I think he went a bit wide there. Betrayer does a 133.3 on the prime tyre. More time to find, I'm sure. Who's out on track then? Not much at the moment. Follow Betrayer around and see if he's doing a second lap on the tyres. Could easily do that on the primes. Hello Hig, and welcome to a stream. Congratulations on your 4th place at Bahrain. That was a brilliant drive, and I don't know if you've been handing out any strategic tips to those in the race tonight, but I don't know, it could help them. It's a decent first sector by Betrayer. Isn't an improvement, it's around the same, to be honest. Betrayer said before the race his aim is just to finish the race with his internet connection being a little bit unstable at times, but so far so good it seems. No, his car's not jumping around or anything, so that's positive for him. If you've got any strategic tips from Malaysia here, I mean, you know, I'll be happy to listen to them. Betrayer improving. Yeah, he's gone 4 times quicker in the middle sector. Could get into the 32s here, which on the prime tyre wouldn't be bad. He's gone a bit wide there though. Yeah, he does improve, but not quite into the 32s, but 33 dead is not bad. Although Chris did a 131 on the primes, but he would be expecting to be in a sharp end. His has improved a little bit to a 131.0. Actually, I think he did at the start with, actually. My bad. I thought I was seeing like Hawks around the lap because apparently he's very, very quick. Well, Big C's tipped Insane to maybe beat Rijkaard in qualifying, so we'll see now if he's got the speed to do it. A 28.5 first sector. That looked good there, a bit of snap oversteer there, which he wouldn't have really wanted. Again, looking good, turning into the double apex left-hander. Yeah, so far so good, but it's a tough time to beat, not gonna lie. It's looking pretty good so far though. Let's see what his middle sector is. I actually want to compare it actually to 39 dead. Okay, I can't compare it to Hayes. Has now done a 130.4 to go second. So he's found some more time, has Hayes. What can Insane do? Can he beat the 129.9? Didn't trouble the exit curb on that corner. He does a 130.4. He's behind Hayes as well. That's very interesting. Has there been any improvements from anyone? Not quite. Some people on laps, sir. RDO's on a lap. He's been commenting in the stream. RDO does a 131.4 to go P6. And Dougie Dud will follow him around the final corner. People tipping him to do well. What's he done? He's done a 131 dead, which puts him 4th. It's a decent lap, that. It's Craig on a lap. I think he might have backed off. Kazo's not on a lap. Chris might be on a lap. I can't tell by that lap time. He is on a lap. So we'll follow Chris round. That's top 3 will be Rijkaard, Hayes, Insane, but gaps will get smaller, Hayes says. That's That's fair enough. Chris, though, will have something to say about that being the reigning champion, but I'm sure he'll be the first to admit, but this is probably the closest grid we've had in a long time. Missed the apex a little bit there. .39.5 middle sector. It's not bad, it's nothing spectacular though. He always likes last sector. He could slot in sort of at the sharp end of that 131 group, maybe breaking into a 130s. 131 dead, yeah, I called it actually. He's gone into P5. And Dougie Dud is also, yeah, he's just behind Dougie Dud actually. So Zimmer Frame Hero's on a good lap, we'll follow him around the final sector. Have I got any tips for you how to improve your F1 skills? Not really, because I'm pretty rubbish at it myself. Just find setups off people, practice a lot, join a league. That's probably the best advice I can give you. As Zimmer goes P4. That's a very good lap by Zimmer. And he's got into that 130s group, which is not a bad place to be. Right, so who is on? I think I was on out lap at the moment. RDO, I think, has actually just started a lap. So if you join PSGL, then you've got plenty of opportunity to improve yourself as a racing driver, get yourself in one of the leagues, learn off other drivers, and just get used to a community. Really, as long as you stay active on the forums, and you know. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll be fully welcomed on the site. www.playstationgl.com if you're interested. He's saying like Hawks has just done a quicker opening sector on his lap, looking very good. He'll want to get into on the front row of the grid if he possibly can. As he breaks into the... I've got to admit, it just looks like he's attacking a bit more. Like he was holding a little back on the first lap, but this lap he's just fully on it. Nothing to lose. He's already got a good time in the bank, and now he's got the confidence to really chuck the car in. You can actually see it. It does look more aggressive this lap. This could actually be a challenger for Raiko potentially. It's looked very good so far. Let's see as he comes up to the final corner. Seems can't miss the apex a little bit, but a bit more aggressive on the exit. This could be a challenger for the Raiko. Could Insane take pole position? No, he's just a 1.5 tenths off. But that you could just see on board it was a more aggressive lap, and he's not far off for Raiko, which is good to see. We'll follow Grumps round the last corner as well, seeing as he's just finishing a lap. Track's a bit quiet now. Can Grumps improve? He's cutting a P7. He goes P5. Good lap from Grumps. 130.9. He's only the 5th driver to go into the 1 minute 30s. Something interesting. The 2 drivers at Hampstead laps are the 2 Red Bulls. So what are Craig and Chicken up to? I know they communicate a bit, so they may be doing a different strategy. Can Hayes respond? He's not out on track at the moment. In fact, the only person that is RDO. While RDO is just on his outlap, a quick question for the party. Who is your driver of the day for today's Russian Grand Prix? For me personally, although a lot of people might say Alonso, for me it's Kevin Magnussen, because that Renault is really not that quick. It's certainly not as quick as a McLaren, so for Magnussen to get 7th was a really, really good performance. Obviously took advantage of collisions, but you've got to be there to take advantage of them. And he beat Palmer by a long way. So yeah, for me, Kevin Magnussen. But interesting to see what everyone else thinks. So follow Ardio now on his lap. His first sector is a 28.7. It's okay. It's nothing special. So Ardio now is just coming up to be the sweeping left-hander at the end of the second sector. He'll be okay with 8th, but he'll want a bit more if he can. So I can't see Ardio's previous sector times. But it doesn't look like it'll be a massive improvement if it is one. Let's see there. Comes round the final corner. Ardio goes. He stays 8th, but he does improve his time, but doesn't improve his position. So he stays in P8 for now. Yeah, some interesting calls for the driver of the day in Russia. A lot of people saying Alonso. Grosjean's in there as well. Completely agree with that. Perez too. Drove very, very well. A lot of good drivers in the lower end of the points, for sure. Not impressed with your lap, Ardio, I'm assuming. With the 131.2. It's not far off, and if you're not happy with it, then you certainly got the opportunity to get further up in the race. There is only one person out on the track. This really isn't an exciting end to qualifying. I do apologise. I was hoping it'd be a bit more exciting end to track. Blame the drivers. That's all I can say. Craig and Chicken clearly trying to do a Hague. It would be interesting to see how they get on in the race. Got to give them obviously one of the if you're going for potentially a person of the day rather than driver of the day, then you maybe have to give it to the person who had the job of bleeping out Vettel's radio chat. Certainly a very hard and difficult job that was. We'll follow Chris round now on his lap in a Ferrari, ironically. First lap horrible, sector 1, second lap poor sector 2, unlucky idea. But remember, there's a long race ahead, and you don't get any points for qualifying. So Chris has done a 28.7 first sector. I don't believe that's an improvement. Last season's champion struggling down in P7. He'll want to try and up that a bit if he can. Let's see then, so Chris now is coming to the end of the second sector. Just going up towards the long sweeping left-hander. He's going to need to pull something amazing out of the bag if he wants to shoot up the grid quite far. Oh no, I think that might have done it. I think he got caught in the curb and it kind of ruined his entry into the right-hander. That could mean Chris is starting in P7. The reigning champion's got a lot of work to do, it would seem. He's certainly going to have a hard job to reclaim his title this season, but knowing Chris, he'll give it his absolute all, and he certainly won't leave anything on the table. He doesn't improve as expected. So well done to the Raikko. Taking pole at 1:29.9. That's the quickest lap time I think we've seen across the whole PSGL so far in Bahrain, so credit to him. Insane, not too far off, just 10th and a half. And we've got Hayes and Zimmer, Grumps and Dougie, and of course Craig and Chicken at the back did not set a lap time. So what have they got planned for the race? It'll be interesting to see. Haig saying, oh, Tuesday 29.8. Ah, okay. I completely forgot about that. Don't know how I forgot about that because I was in the race. But no, still great to Raikko. That's a fantastic lap. Gore needs to use his experience. Gore needs to stay out of trouble. Absolutely. If he hasn't got the ultimate pace around here, he needs to pick up what he can from this race, and you know, it could be a podium, could be top 5. You know, all points will matter at the end of the season. Although, of course, as Higgs mentions, he's in the middle of a pack. You know, that can be a bit of a collision central. That can, so he'll want to stay out of trouble if he can. But there's a lot of very good races here, so you know, I'm not expecting massive chaos at turn 1 because there's a lot of very good drivers here, and they should be able to navigate it safely. Famous last words, I know, but I like to have lofty ambitions of them. Let's see. So we got 29 laps of Bahrain, quite a long race ahead, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens at the front, in the middle, and at the back. Really, this battle's going on all the way through the field, and we're just waiting for a few people to ready up, and then we'll be the 5 lights. Here we go then. 4 lights, 5 lights, and we're racing. Round 1 is underway. So here we go, coming down towards turn 1. It looks like that's a Williams and Scott. That's insane. Oh, there's carnage at the back, but they've all managed to escape unscathed. The Raikko's had a very slow start, down to P5, and now he's under pressure from Grumps. His finger's been a bit too careful. Oh, there's a collision at the back. There's a collision at the back. So Hayes is now in 3rd. Zimmer's had a great start up to P2. Insane is leading. So Insane will have the absolute ideal start that he wanted. His main rival, who started on pole, has dropped all the way down to P6. It's not what he wanted. He's got a lot of work to do now. Let's just see. I'm going to look further downfield. Who was involved in a collision? There was Chicken and Kazo. I don't think they've lost their front wings, which is a relief there. So they can still carry on and hopefully join back up, but it was unfortunate for them to have that collision. Right, okay, now we're back with the top 3 or 4. Hayes is under pressure from Chris Gore, who's also had a very good start up to P4. Exactly what he would have wanted, staying out of trouble and gain positions. But now, so it's still quite close at the front. Raikko's looking just had a bit of a look there to get past Grumps, but couldn't manage it. Zimmer now though has made a bit of a bad exit. He's going to be under pressure from Hayes and Chris. Chris is going to get a double slipstream effect here. Is it enough without DRS? Hayes is going to go for the inside. Hayes has gone for it. He's locked up. He's hit Zimmer. Oh, that was too close. But they got away with it. Chris, where is he? He lost out a bit. And Hayes, oh, he went for it again. He's gone down the inside. He's turned it in, and I think he's got P2. He has got P2. Hayes is up in 2nd place. Took a few attempts, but he got there in the end. Zimmer gave him room. And yeah, now he'll try and chase after Insane if he can, who's pulled out a bit of a lead thanks to the battles. What tyres are the Red Bulls on? Haig wants to know. Okay, I'll try and look, although I don't want to miss anything here because Zimmer and Chris rather are very close together. Riker is up past Grumps now, which was a key move for him. So Craig is on the primes, and so is Chicken. So okay, so both Craig and Chicken are on the primes, but obviously Chicken is in a worse position because he lost out at the start. So back here with probably the biggest battle, which is a battle for P3. I'd say P3 now because it looks like Hayes is pulling away a little bit. And Insane has certainly pulled out a bit of a lead. Zimmer again, he seems to be struggling with heavy fuel. He's gone wide a couple of times now. And Chris is right on the back of him and could make a move down the pit straight. Chris cuts to the outside. He's got a good run. Can he make the move though? Zimmer brakes later. He's going to try and make a move. Okay, so he's held on for now. Zimmer's held on, but all this battling is allowing the Raikko to get involved now. And he'll be watching this with a lot of interest. He'll want to take advantage if one of them makes a mistake. Chris goes down the inside of Zimmer. Zimmer gives him room. Zimmer's going to go for the cutback though. Oh, and could he make the inside into the next corner? No, Chris holds him off. Does he? Oh, it's still there. It's too close to call, but it looks like Chris has got it. No, Zimmer's determined not to give third place. So Raikko's drive's completely off track. And but no, Chris has got P3. Well done to him. That was a very good move, and credit to Zimmer for making it such an exciting battle there. But I don't think we're quite done yet, because Zimmer's right on the back of him down this straight. Even without DRS, he's going to get alongside. Is he going to get down the inside into the sweeping left-hander? He is. And he's taken P3 back, and the Raikko now. No, he hasn't, because Chris has got the inside line. The Raikko's going to try and go down the middle. Oh, I think Zimmer's held on, has he? No, he's gone wide. And now Chris has taken P3. This is incredible racing. And all this is doing is allowing more and more drivers to get involved. So Zimmer's now going down the inside of Chris into the last corner. He's got the move stupid, not for long. Oh no, it's gone wrong. Chris and the Raikko have gone round. They collided on the exit of the final corner. I don't really see if it was anyone's fault. Oops, gone to the wrong driver. Chris though, Chris is pitting. Has he got damage? No, he's not got damage, so why is Chris pitted so early? Did he burn his tyres out? Ah, strange one that. The Raikko's now up down to P7 as RDO tries to attack Grumps, and Craig is trying to attack the Raikko. No, he's backed out in the end. That was very close. Dougie does now up to P4 behind Zimmer, and all this has allowed the top three to go away with it, and in fact, if anything, I'd argue that Hayes has closed in a little bit on the leader. Insane. So he's not having it all his own way just yet. There's a lot to comment on at the moment. I do apologise if I'm not picking up everything. Doing my very best. Dougie Dud is over the back of Zimmer now for P3. Zimmer's having a lot of defending to do. In the background you can see that RDO and Grumps, I think it is, are battling. Dougie didn't get the best exit out of that corner. Craig went for another set of options. So, no, Chris went for another set of options. So, but that means he's going to have to make potentially one more stop than the rest of them, unless he can get prime tyres to go longer. So let's see, Dougie Dud, then we're going board with him. Down the outside of Zimmer into turn 1. Has he got the move done? I believe he has, yeah. Up to P3, but he's outbroke himself a little bit. But he shut the door on Zimmer, so there was nowhere for Zimmer to go. Having said that, Zimmer will now get the good run down this straight. So I don't think he's quite got the move done yet. Is Zimmer going to try and go for the inside? No, it wasn't really close enough. He'll have to stay in P3 for now. RDO's got past Grumps too for P5, but that battle is very, very close, and the Raikko's trying to recover, and he's going to try and go down the inside of RDO. Is RDO going to see that one coming? I think he did. It's a good job. It was a very last ditch manoeuvre, and oh, they're so close going down into the... This could go very, very wrong. Oh, he needs to watch out. Raikko's right on the outside, and now Craig's joining in. They're so close. And no move into this corner, but Craig is trying to look down the inside of a Raikko. This is not what the Raikko wanted after starting on pole position. He really has lost out. That bad start has put him into battles that he didn't want to be in, and now it's handed the advantage to Insane. So now for now, RDO holds on to P5. Dougie Dud's still in P3, but he's not pulled away from Zimmer at all. In fact, Zimmer's now going to have the advantage down this pit straight. Is anyone pitting behind? I'll try and look behind. There we go. No. I'll follow this one down the pit straight actually, because RDO, I can see both of them from here. RDO is going to... No, Grumps has got through. So Grumps is up to P5, but for how long? Because, well, the next straight lends itself perfectly to getting the cutback. But no, it looks like Grumps has got the move done. Credit to him. Zimmer's got back in front of Dougie Dud in front for P3. Yep, Craig is doing very, very well. He's sticking with the pack on the primes, and that'll give him the advantage when he has to go into the faster tyre later on. As we're speaking, right, Chris has done the fastest lap of the race, so those new options working very well for him in clear air. Trey's in P9. Kazza's in P10, Chicken P11, and Chris obviously at the back. Insane's still leading. Hayes has kind of backed off a little bit. Zimmer P3, Dougie Dub P4, and we'll come back to this battle, I think. Yeah, Grumps was in front of Audio, of course he was. Yeah, so now it's all about how much longer these option tyres runners will stay out, and then what Craig can do when he's in clear air on what will be warm primes at that point. This is sort of a pit stop window now, so these are the sort of laps where you might see people pitting. So we'll see now, is Insane going to pit? No, Insane carries on. Hayes pits though, Hayes pits on P2. Oh my god, how he was close to that pit wall then. Zimmer gives it a lot more room, he pits as well. Grumps pits too, RDO pits. Okay, let's see if anyone else is pitting. In fact, I'll go on board with Chris Gore, because people are going to come out the pits and Chris will be wanted to be ahead of most of them. Now, there is a pit stop glitch here, I do believe, so some cars may look like they're ahead and then sort of vanish them back to the exit of the pit lane. So, let's see. Chris now is going to come out in front of him. He's going to come out in front of Grumps, it's very close. Grumps, oh! Grumps and Chris have collided! And that allows RDO to take position off Grumps and allows Chris to pull further clear of him. Now it's very close coming out the pit exit, and it's so difficult to judge that when you're on fresh tyres. And so yeah, Grumps has lost out a bit there. I think he's got back past RDO though, so credit to him for that. But that gives Chris, now Chris, that'll be vital for Chris actually, because he probably needed a clear after the first pit stop. Now what's Insane going to do? That's going to be very interesting, because he's already pitted. He's going to be going for the undercut. I'm going to try to see actually what tyres is he on. He's on another set of options, so he'll have the pace, whereas Zimmer's gone for the primes. So here's will have the pace, and will Insane will want to cover him off surely this lap? He does indeed. So Insane covers him off. What does Insane go for? Will he stick with the options, or will he move on to primes? No, Insane's gone for the prime, so this is probably vital now for Hayes that he gets in front. Because if he's stuck behind, Insane won't make it easy for him, even on the slower tyre. Now it looks like Insane's got out in front, although no, it's a glitch, isn't it? Of course, and is that Hayes? It is Hayes. Hayes has taken the lead. So the undercut really has worked for Hayes. Although having said that, I think he just ran a bit wide. So now he's stuck in traffic, which isn't going to help his cause. He's going to need to clear traffic as soon as possible, otherwise Insane could get past him. So I think we're going to stick with this battle for now. Oh, Betrayer and Hayes nearly collide, but Hayes takes a position. And now Insane's going to tap Betrayer. Oh, it was a late defensive move from Betrayer, and Insane was almost caught out by it. So is Insane going to go to the outside here? He is indeed, and he takes the position. He does. And now already, while he's doing that, I believe Hayes, if I can get on board, and there we go, he's just taken Chicken and he's up to P4 provisionally, will become P1. So really Hayes has made good use of that, has got through traffic very quickly, and can now try and build a lead on the better tyres. Now Craig is cutting P2. Dougie Dud stayed out on options till lap 8. He must be going for a two-stopper, you would imagine, if he stayed out that long. And you'd imagine now he'd go for the primes, because he'd probably... Yeah, he's gone for the primes. I think he's going to try and do a two-stopper here, Dougie Dud, so he could be one to watch out for later on. He's shown decent pace so far, so... He's certainly in the running, thereabouts. And it's very close. I don't know if a pit stop yet, a pit stop glitch. That's so annoying. It doesn't tell me where people are. And in fact, as the Ryko overtook dude in the pit lane? Wow, that's an incredible overtake on the pit lane exit. And the Ryko goes in front of him. And that's an important move for the Ryko. I think, did he pit at the same time then? So Craig's now leading, but of course he started on the primes, he hasn't pitted yet. So I'm interested to see where he is when he pits. Hayes is obviously now the provisional leader. Insane is not too far behind him, which is important. Chicken is there. Zimmer is now... So Zimmer's in front of Chris, so that was important for Zimmer. Did well, actually, considering that Chris had obviously a few extra laps in clear air. Grumps is 7th, Ardio in 8th, Raiko 9th, Dougie Dunn in 10th. Dougie Dunn might be a bit further down now, but obviously with a 2-stopper he'll come back into play later on. So no need for him to worry just yet. Kazo is P11 and Betrayer is 12th. As Craig continues on for another lap, maybe he... So, what are the Red Bulls going to achieve for the rest of this race? Because, especially Craig, who didn't get caught up in any collisions, could he come into play as well later on? He'll be hoping so. It's certainly a different strategy. That traffic was good for Craig, he says. Absolutely. He's not really been caught up in it in the latter stages, so it's allowed him really to just try and pump in some laps, and while other people are getting held up he can not lose as much time for it. He's pulled away a bit from insane, I'd say, but it's not much at the moment. Zimmer's closing up to Chicken, hasn't stopped yet. Could be a bit of an issue for Zimmer if he can't clear him if he catches him before he pits. Now Chris, of course, is behind Zimmer, but you'd imagine his tyres are going to start going off soon because he's been on now for 7 laps. So obviously now I think he might have to run 2 sets of primes from now on, unless he can make the primes last a bit longer than he was originally going to go for. Maybe his strategy was to come in on lap 3. It seems very odd though. Dougie Dunn is still right behind the Riker, which might frustrate the Riker actually. He's not managed to shake him off, because after his pole lap you'd maybe expect him to have a bit more pace than this. Now as Craig carries on for another lap, that's interesting. You know, keep going. Won't worry that Hayes is closing him in, because he's not really racing him. At the moment anyway, who knows, later on could come into play. Yeah, Zimmer has caught up Chicken, and is Chicken going to make it difficult for... Of course, they're both F5 commentators, so... And there could be a bit of banter in there on Tuesday, but no, that's not to be, because he's not made it pretty easy for him in the end. Knows he's not really fighting him on the track, and it would only waste both their times to get involved in a battle. That wouldn't help, that wouldn't... Grumps won like that though, because he'd been hoping he could have held him up a little bit. Okay, so the gap's going down ridiculously, gone to Haig, between Hayes and Craig. Let's look at the gaps actually. Yeah, 4 seconds now between Hayes and Craig, so yeah, he's closing down a lot, but to be fair, you'd kind of expect that. I know that I know it's like, obviously you don't want to lose too much time, but you know, Hayes is very quick on the options and Craig is on warm primes, so there's only so much you can do, but it is going down a lot though. Well, actually, well, it says 3.5. I'm not quite sure how reliable that is, because it doesn't look 3.5 to me. Hayes will get Craig by lap 13. Is he going for a... Where's Craig pits? Craig's pitting now, so that doesn't matter now. Craig is pitting on the end of lap 11. He's going to go for the option tyres. No, he's not. He's going to go for the primes. It looks like the option tyres at first. Are they going to double stack? Because they can't. Well, I don't need to double stack. More like just serve both cars at the same time. Yeah, Chicken is also pitting. Will he also go for another set of primes? No, he goes for the options. There's a bit of a delay there. Unless that was just me. So, yeah, so Betrayer's going to go past Chicken. Chicken's not really in a good position at the moment. At least I think he's going to go past. Yeah, there's the pit stop glitch again. Looks like they were going to collide for a second. Chris has also pitted again. He's come out in P11 on primes. I don't know, I get the feeling that strategy is not really working for him at the moment. Pitting early. I mean, he didn't have any front wing damage, and I don't know if anyone has any ideas as to why he pitted early. It'd be good to know. It just seemed like a bit of a rash decision, to be honest. It hasn't worked out for him. So Zimmer's still in third. Grumps is not too far behind, to be fair. RDO's backed off a little bit, but I believe, yeah, I say, Grumps is closing in because he's on option tyres, so obviously right now he's going to be a bit quicker. Yeah, that sounds about right here. Go another 11 laps on primes for Craig and then 7 laps at the end on options. So at the end of the race he'll be very quick, but it's a question of how far down the order he'll be when he comes out after his last stop. So that's really the key thing now. Craig is currently in P8, which isn't bad to be fair. And he's in clear air, so he can just pump the laps in. Not have to worry about any combat with other drivers. Big battle now could be for P3 because Grumps is obviously on quicker tyres, although they will be coming towards the end of their life. They'll want to attack Zimmer if he can. I'll see if there's any other battles, I don't want to miss anything. The Raikko's still stuck behind Dougie Dud. Is he going to try and go for a move? They're both closing in on RDO, so when RDO's gone wide, almost open a door for his McLaren teammate Dougie Dud. Gonna go for the undercut maybe? No, not quite enough. But RDO looks like he's struggling a little bit. He's certainly lost ground to the cars in front, and the other cars behind him have closed in a lot. So he's gonna have to try and defend if he can. That camera angle is not useful at all. Here we go, then Dougie Dud down the inside. And he takes P5, that's a good move. Having said that, he's gone a bit wide. Where's RDO gone? Oh my goodness me, I think RDO and Raikko collided behind. I don't know if Raikko tried to follow him through and it went wrong, but that's done Dougie Dud a lot of favours, and it's dismal, bit of a dismal race actually for RDO now, because he seems to be losing time all the time. And the cars around him are all on the same tyre, so it's not like the tyres costing him anything. This is bringing Craig into play as well. Well, I believe has to make one less stop than these around him, so he'll certainly be liking this. And you can see in front, in fact, that RDO is about to lose another position to the Raikko, is he? Yes, he is. He'll try and get a cutback on him though if he can. I think someone else has pitted because everyone's moved up a position. Let's see, has RDO got enough straight line speed? He's going to go for it down the inside. Oh, it's very close. I thought for a second they were going to collide, but no, the Raikko's held on and he's taken P4. A good move. I think it might have been Grumps that pitted. No, it's not, it's actually Hayes that's pitted. So the leader has pitted, he's gone onto the prime tyre. He'll now run nose for about 8-9 laps and then he'll come in and put options on, I believe. That's probably the most sensible thing to do now. So yeah, Insane is leading. How far in front of Zimmer is he? 6.3 seconds. It's not too much. Not as much as I thought actually, but I guess the gaps won't be too big in this league because everyone is relatively evenly matched. So RDO now is under pressure now from Craig after Raikko sort of got away a bit. So I was saying Craig wasn't in traffic, but he is now, and he'll want to dispatch of RDO pretty soon because Craig is on fresher primes, obviously being a two-stop strategy. And Craig goes down the inside. Oh, shut the door very late there, RDO. I wasn't sure if it was going to be I thought it might be in contact there for a second. Craig now has got the DRS and he'll try and go down the... I think RDO might have DRS off of Raikko as well though. But Craig is going down the inside. Is there anything RDO can do to stop him? Doesn't look like it. RDO seems to be losing places all the time at the moment. What tyres is Zimmer on? Good question. Yeah, I think he's on primes last time I checked. Yeah, he's on primes. Zimmer's on primes, so he's on the same as Insane, and he's losing time. He's now 7.4 behind, so yeah, not quite on the same speed as Insane at this moment. Cheers for the update, by the way. And people, the F4 race hasn't started yet. That's a real shame. I don't know if your issues there. I hope we can get it started soon because it is very late to be starting a race now. Craig has stayed in front of RDO, and I can tell you, Hayes is coming up on this battle now. This is a bit of an issue for Hayes because he won't want loses too much time. He could lose the lead to Insane because Insane obviously can run quicker tyres now once he pits again. So this is the key point in the race for Hayes. He's going to need to clear this traffic unless it clears itself, which I don't think it will in some cases. He's going to need to clear it ASAP. Craig in particular certainly won't be pitting anytime soon. Yeah, I think Insane and Zimmer will both do 2 option stints now, and they'll probably pit very soon. Yeah, Insane in fact has pitted for options, and I wouldn't be surprised if Zimmer followed him in. Zimmer did follow him in. Damn it. Oh no, but Zimmer had the pit stop glitch as well. I was going to say, I thought for a second Zimmer had leapfrogged Insane. I was going to say that would be, pardon the pun, that would be pretty insane. Hayes now is quite far in front of Insane, but Insane is on the better tyre. So this is a part of the race that could decide everything, because this is a part of the race where Insane should be closing him down. As Hayes goes up the inside of RDO, take P4. That's a good move from Hayes, one that needed to be done as quickly as possible. Insane has used a prime shot. He used them at the same time as Zimmer did. So the Insane and Zimmer will now probably both be on the same strategy. Hayes is just using the primes now, so this is for me is a crucial part of the race. This will probably decide who wins, because they'll both go into options for the last stint, and then it'll be an even playing field. It's good to see Hayes doing so well, actually. I've got to say, he struggled at times last season, and I wonder if he can ever find his previous form again. This is a good start to the season for him. He's a bit wide there though. Craig is just in front. He won't be pitting soon, so yeah, good point. Craig is in a very good position. You're quite right, actually. Yeah, because he's got one stop to make like Hayes and Insane, and he'll also be going to the option. So really, for me, Craig will not make this easy for Hayes. And it doesn't help when Hayes outbreaks himself like that. I'd expect to see Insane's name at the top of the timing sheet soon, because he is going to be the quickest guy on track, you'd imagine, being on options, and obviously being so quick anyway. He's way in front of Insane and has 1 pit stop yet. He is in front of Insane, but Hayes is also only got 1 stop to make, so Hayes technically is in front of Insane at the moment. And crucial thing for Insane now will be getting in front of RDO as quickly as possible. Could do it down this straight, actually. Craig is definitely in contention, but could he? He's holding off Hayes. He's certainly not making it easy for him, as Insane does make the move on RDO, so that's a crucial move for Insane. He's getting closer to these two as Hayes goes down the inside. Oh, and he crowded Craig out of room, and they've gone round. Oh no, that's handed Insane possibly the whole race now. And I've got to say, I mean, I'm going to put my own opinion across. I think Hayes should have left Craig more room there. He didn't leave Craig any room on the exit, and if you can't expect the other car to just disappear. So I'm afraid for me, Hayes going to have to take that blame there, because, and for me, he should give a position back. He's not. I won't say he's giving it back. But well, he's got it back, Craig. If it's not for very long though. And Hayes has bullied his way past a bit there. I don't think Craig's going to be very happy right now. That has to be said. And that, from one person, will be very happy now, and that is Insane, who now holds a comfortable lead over these two and will be running options to the end. Obviously pit again, but he'll still be going to options. So Insane right now is in a very good position. Having said that, I believe Dougie Duds also won a 2-stopper, and he is still technically in front of Insane, so Insane's still got a bit of overtaking to do. The Ryko as well might also be on a 2-stopper. So these two are not going to, again, they're not going to make it easy for him. Alright, so okay, so we'll fall. Oh, has he already got past? Yes, so Insane has already got past Dougie Dud, which is an absolute crucial move. Having said that, will Dougie Dud have DRS and be able to come back on him here? He's going to try and get down the inside, is he? No, he's not quite close enough. And Insane's made one of the two passes he needs to make. He'll need to make the other one before he'll need to get past Raiko before Raiko stops, I imagine, because of the strategy that Raiko is on. Yeah, Raiko did need Insane to be held up, but he hasn't been. So now, if Insane can get past the Raiko, he'd make him a favourite to win the race. He really would. If he can get past him in the next lap or two, anyway. How's Hayes doing now? He's quite far behind now. Zimmer's got in front of Craig as well, so Zimmer's back up to P5. But he will have to stop again. But Craig, it's cost Craig a lot, that collision has, and now Chris is over the back of Craig as well. I've no idea what strategy Chris is on because he's completely out of sync with everyone else in terms of laps he pitted. Chicken is in 8th. Grumps, I think, has either pitted or lost out because he's in 9th. Fardio 10th. Kazo 11th and Betrayer in 12th. And here is Insane, in fact. So Insane is going to try and make the pass for the lead on the Raiko. Raiko's not going to make it easy for him. Oh, and under braking got very close. That was a bit too close. But, oh, I was going to say, I think Insane was just trying to get a slipstream now. I thought he was pitting as well. But no, the Raiko pits. Very early stop for options, I've got to say, 10 laps options. It can be done, and Dougie Dud is doing it as well, in fact. Well, that's going to be interesting now. They could actually get the undercut on Insane, potentially. And then Insane might have to overtake them all over again. So again, there could be a lot of overtaking for Insane to do if he still wants to win this race. But it is possible around this track. In fact, it's very possible. As Craig has been passed by Chris, but he's going to try and get back past him again. Craig goes down the inside. Oh, and Chris could try and take it all the way around the outside. That'd be brilliant if he can get it into line to this corner. They're still side by side. It's going to go wrong, is it? No. Craig has bullied his way past. And now Chris got back past again. And wow, that was... I'm not quite sure how they avoided the collision there. But they did, and credit to them for that. Very close, but very exciting racing. The Zimmer is right up behind Hayes, and they both have one stop to make. So this really is for position at the end of a race. This is so that crash for Hayes really cost him dear, and Zimmer's going to want to take the position if he can. And yeah, it looks a bit out of control at the moment. It has to be said. So this is for P2 at the moment. It won't be P2 once everyone's pit stops are in sync, which is probably going to be in about 2 or 3 laps time. And now Zimmer's got the run on Hayes. Obviously Zimmer's on a quicker tyre because he ran with primes earlier on in the race. So Zimmer's going to go down the inside. Hayes will not give that up easily. He's going to try and go for the cutback, but Zimmer looks like he's got the position. Zimmer takes P2, or provisional P2 anyway. Won't be P2 once everyone's pit stops are synced up, as I said before, but yeah, Hayes is again running wide a bit there. Looks a bit out of control at the moment, it has to be said. Craig is in 4th now. Grumps is up to 5th. I think he was just pitted earlier. And the Raiko and Dougie Dud on the option tyres now are going to look to get the hammer down, because if they can, they could give Insane a hard time in the last stint of the race. Alright, okay, so Chris has pitted again. So Chris has pitted for the last time and is in 10th. Not where he wanted to be, if we're honest. Chicken is all over the back of Betrayer. Just follow this one round. Obviously we do have to focus on the front, but I want to try and get, you know, all sides of the coin shown. You know, both. Because these two could still grab a point or two if things go wrong in front of them. Chicken in particular, who's on a set of options tyres that will last till the end now. Can't get past just at the moment. I want to make the move as quickly as possible. So Chicken now, he can't get past it at the moment. And it's taking longer than he would have wanted it to, if he's honest. But he's got a good run out of that corner. He'll go right into a slipstream here. And Chicken will try and make the move into the final corner. He's just still side by side. Still side by side. It looks like Chicken is going to get it, but it's going to be pretty close. Yeah, I think with the DRS help as well, I think Chicken has made the move stick into the first corner. Indeed he has, he takes 11th place. So now what is going on at the front? So Insane has not put, we won't have pitted yet, I imagine. Zimmer also hasn't pitted yet. Hayes is really dropped off it. There's a Raiko, Grumps has got past a Raiko. Oh no, I think he was already in front. So I think in fact Raiko's attacking Grumps for P4. And Raiko, he needs to get past quickly because of course he's battling with Insane for the actual lead of a race when things work out. So, but Grumps is not he's not going to make it easy for him. He's got a good run out of air, but again, nowhere to go. Grumps defending, putting his car exactly where he needs to. And he's got a slipstream. Is he going to try and make a move into a final car, or is he going to wait for DRS? I think he's going to wait for DRS. Oh my goodness me. I think he got caught out by Grumps at braking early there, because obviously he's not on as fresh tyres. In fact, Grumps pits. That releases the Raiko into some clear, much needed clear air. Just in time as well, because Dougie Dud is really closed in on him. Has everyone pitted? Yeah, he's up to second. So who hasn't pitted? Insane is still going. Insane's the only one still going. Chris just in the fastest lap. So Raiko's in second now. Dougie Dud is in third. Ardio's in fourth. Zimmer's way behind Raiko and Dougie Dud. I thought they'd be much closer now. So Raiko and Dougie Dud are really on for, probably on for a podium here. And, well, potentially a win. Depending on where Insane comes out. Well, what's the gap between them? 20.8 seconds. Does anyone know what the pit stop time is around here? If anyone does know what the pit stop time is, let me know. Is he going to be out in front or behind these two? I think he might end up just behind them actually, but not too far behind him if he is. Also, the gap might be even less now. What's the gap now? Yeah, 19.9. So I think it will be in front of Insane. He will have to do some overtaking at the end. It's certainly all set up for a very exciting finish here as Insane does come into the pits. Make sure he puts on the right tyres. Yep, all well and good. Here we go. I'm going to follow the Raiko on board. Let's see where Insane is when he comes out the pits. Can you see Insane? He's going to get the pit stop glitch, I think. Yeah, he does. He's behind them. He is behind them. So he's going to have to overtake them on track if he wants to take the first win of the season. And they will not make it easy for him. But Insane has driven really well. And it's sort of a similar situation to F5, where the guy doing 3 stops has to overtake a couple of 2-stopping people to try and win the race. So Insane's got it all to do. But if anyone can do it, I think he can. He is... Well, he won't tell me the gap straight away, will it? Because it'd be too easy for it to do that. And of course, that's the difficult thing for these two. Dougie Dud will probably want to get past the Raiko, but if he does, or if he tries to start battling with him, he's going to lose time. So what does Dougie Dud do in this situation here? Does he wait behind him, or does he try and attack him and get past him early on? Dougie Dud really is in the most difficult position here, because he could gain everything by attacking, or he could also very well lose everything. So, well, it feels like for now he doesn't really have the pace to keep with him. So that could decide the question for him. And it's all about following Insane. Now let's see where everyone else is. Ardio, is he not stopping again? If he isn't, then he's done brilliantly well to get up to P4. But now I'm going to follow Insane now, because he's closing in on them. Actually, I'm just going to run through the order quickly. Ardio, we'll see if he pits actually, because I think Ardio must be due a pit stop now. No, he's carrying on. Maybe he's trying to get those tyres to the end, to try something different. Chris Gore is about to attack Zimmer for P5. This will be a brilliant recovery from Chris after everything that's gone on this race for him. Oh, and Zimmer! Oh, Zimmer tried to crowd him out. Dude, looked like they made a bit of contact, but he got away with it. Zimmer's not giving up. Showing the F3 champion, you know, he's not just going to get out of the way for him. And this is inviting Hayes onto the back of him now. Hayes, who, wow, he's down in 7th after all that. It's incredible. And yeah, and so Hayes went a bit wide there as well, so clearly trying to get past these two if he can, but he won't want another collision. Craig on the options down in P8 now after that collision. That really did cost him. He could have been up near the podium places if it wasn't for that, I feel. So where's Insane? Insane's already got... Oh, Insane's passing Dougie Dud for P2. So Insane's already made it past Dougie Dud, and that will not please the Riker because he would have hoped that Dougie would have made it a little bit harder for him than that. But that seemed all very easy for him. 3.1 seconds now with 5 laps to go. I mean, unless the Riker can pull off some seriously great defending, you'd think it's Insane's to lose from here. Just see the gap across the line. I'll quickly try and see what's happening a bit further down, just see if there's anything going on. Oh, it's actually 3.2 now, so Raikko's not going slowly. Ardio's trying to get his tyres to the end, I think. And Hayes, in fact, just set the fastest lap, and he will be. These three are going to go 3 abreast, I think. Zimmer closed the door on Hayes, but he couldn't close the door on Chris. Hayes is going to try and take advantage of both of them. Oh, and Hayes has got past them both. That is incredible from Hayes. I'm not going to lie, it was aggressive, but it worked. And, well, Zimmer focused on Chris, and Hayes took advantage of it. Credit to him, that's a very good overtake, and he's up into P5. And looking at his pace, he could very well challenge for... challenge RDO for 4th quite easily, who seems to be struggling on those very worn tyres. So it's up to Insane now. He's got to put in the pace, and he's got to try and get past the Riker if he wants to take the win. I mean, fair enough to Hayes. I mean, was too aggressive earlier, but he got it spot on there. And the gap now is coming down a bit between Insane and Riker, down to 3 seconds now. It doesn't look 3 seconds to me. I don't know if that's just me, but it looks a bit less than that to me. Oh, and now we have a real train between RDO, who is holding Hayes, Zimmer and Chris behind him. I mean, usually I wouldn't go away from the front battle, but this is too good as Hayes goes down the inside and he gets the move done straight away. And RDO now is going to have to defend from Zimmer. But I said that, they're going to come back at Hayes, aren't they? Of course, because Hayes won't have DRS. Oh my goodness, I think they're 3 abreast here. They're 3 abreast here. Zimmer's going to go down the outside. Chris tries to go past. I don't know what's happening. Zimmer's gone back past Hayes. RDO's still in front of Chris. This is incredible racing. It doesn't know where to look. Hayes goes back down the inside of Zimmer. RDO tries to take advantage, but I think his tyres are too gone. Have they collided? They have. Oh no, they're into a wall. Hayes and Zimmer into a wall. They've both lost their front wing. Oh, I'm really sorry I didn't see what happened there. But that really has cost Hayes and Zimmer. And Hayes deciding that the track is not the best way of getting around the track, and he'll just take the scenic route. So Hayes again involved in a collision. I don't know what happened there, so I can't say what happened and whose fault, if it was anyone's fault, but so Insane now, we're just coming to the penultimate lap, and Insane now is 1.2 behind the Riker. Not closed on him as quickly as I would have expected. So Riker's got half a chance here of holding him off, depending on how his tyres are right at the end. But having said that, I think this was around the stage in F5, and it was around the same sort of age of the tyres as well that Big C lost out in F5. So Riker could quite easily lose his tyres at any point now. So it will be tough for him still. Yep, he's right behind now. I think Raikko's tyres have probably had enough now. It's going to be tough for him to hold off Insane. If Insane can get a good run onto this straight, this could be F5 all over again on the penultimate lap as well. This is a deja vu here. Is Insane going to make the move into here though? No, he's not. He could not be closer. It's almost like he's pushing him round at the moment. Oh! It's too close. This could go very wrong. Insane. Raikko's desperately trying to hold him off. It's so close now to the end of a race. Insane is right behind him. Surely he's going to take the position into turn 1. Here we go. We're coming on to the final lap. What a way to end this first F3 race of the new season. Insane's got the DRS. Is he going to be able to make the move? Stick. He's gone down the inside. Is there anything the Raikko can do? Under braking. He's going to try and go for the undercut. Get him on the exit. He's going to have a good run out at the exit actually. Here we go. Oh, sorry. And there we go. Raikko's going down the outside. Insane's taking the inside line. Raikko's trying everything to get back past. But Insane shuts the door on him. And Insane takes the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix on the final lap of the race. What a brilliant ending. Is there anything the Raikko can do now? Or has Insane done enough? Here we go then. DRS zone here, so if Raikko gets a good exit, you don't know, he could still have a go at him here. Here we go, he's in the DRS. Is he close enough to have a run? I think he might be, you know. No, he's not quite. Insane just isn't pulling away, which is a bit of a surprise. I think now though his last chance might have gone. Raikko's trying to find a good exit from somewhere, but I don't think his tyres... I think his tyres have cried enough, to be honest. And it looks like Insane is going to take the win. What an ending to the race. Insane comes round the final corner. Insane like Hawks. What a performance. He's just beaten a very spirited from Raikko. Insane takes the win. Raikko... Well, it says the Raikko's won, but it could very well be a glitch. Or it could be a penalty, I'll have to see. No, it says Insane's won, so well done to Insane, he has won. Dougie Dud's taken third. Chris has recovered to get fourth, an excellent recovery considering what happened. RDO fifth, well done to him as well, holding on to those tyres right at the end. Grumps takes P6. Chicken got P7 as well, again well done to him. He's finished at a Craig, which I think he finished at a Craig, anyway, we're very close across the line. Craig spun final corner. Okay. So Zimmer is in P10. After everything, he's going to be bitterly disappointed with that. And Betrayer with P11, just missing out on a point in the end. Unfortunate for him. Zimmer will be also very disappointed after the incident with Hayes. No idea what happened. I'm not going to accuse one driver just because he caused an incident earlier on in the race, because each incident needs to be judged on its own merits, in my opinion. But well done to Insane, a fantastic driver. Raikko, just as another fantastic drive from him. Hold on to those tyres as long as he did, and then almost hold Insane off. Dougie Dud as well, taking P3. Good drive from him, albeit not quite as good as the Raikko, but you know, still. Everyone on the podium, really well done to them. And what a good drives up and down the field, and if this is how good the first race is going to be, I cannot wait for the rest of the season to unfold. So yeah, RDO in the end did well to get a fifth. Yes, so Chris Chicken did take seventh. Eighth for Craig. Obviously Hayes in the end DNF'd, which unfortunately for him is a familiar sight. Kazo in ninth, and Zimmer collects a final point. I'm going to try and get a bit of word. I'm invite Insane to the party. Let's see if we can get a word with a race winner. It'd be good if we could. See, I've invited Insane to the party. Hopefully Oh, race director, try and get the race. Here we go, there's some... Oh Jesus, there's a lot of warnings here. Yeah, so make of that what you can. And there's a lot of haze in there, there's a bit of Christian. I tried to scroll down it all, apologies if I didn't get everything on the race director or during the race. But yeah, quite fantastic race start off the season. And yeah, it's exactly what you want really from a race like that. Hopefully Insane will join me, so we can speak to the race winner. Yeah, a lot of corner cutting from a few people. There's a lot of warnings in there. I don't know if that'll be of any use to the people. I don't know if the corner cutting penalties apply just yet, but even if they don't, it's probably a good idea to practice for next week if that's how it is at the moment. Oh. I'll wait a minute or two longer, try and get a few words with the race winner if we can, but if not then that's fair enough and we'll wind the stream here. But yeah, I wonder who was your driver of the day then for this race? For me, there's so many people that it could be given to. Any of the top three would be worthy in my opinion, especially the top two. I guess it has to be Insane in the end for pulling off the overtake right at the end where it looked like that, you know, potentially he might lose it. Yeah, Audio, don't worry about it. You got 4 warnings for cutting. I thought it was 6 for penalty. Yeah, I don't honestly, I didn't see how many people got, but I just noticed a lot in the stewards. Dougie driver of the day, Audio says. Also, I believe, Audio, while you're in the chat as well, Zimmer and Hayes had a collision which I didn't quite catch on the stream because I was watching you and I think it was Chris. So if you can, what did you see of the Zimmer Hayes collision, and was there anyone at fault? Do you think? That'd be good to hear what you thought of that. Obviously, you were busy battling Chris, so you might not have seen it that well, but saw more of it than I did. And was the collision between them, was it anyone's fault, Audio, do you think, or racing incident? So wait and see if Audio has any opinion on the Zimmer Hayes crash or not. It doesn't look like we're going to hear anything from Insane, which is a bit of a shame, but understandably, obviously may not want to speak to the commentator after the race, might be too overjoyed with the win, who knows. Okay, so you don't know who's to blame for it. Probably again, yeah, busy battling with Chris, which is understandable. Zimmer was wide, Hayes was on the inside. Well, I don't know, maybe it's one of those collisions, maybe a side pod glitch, or Hayes might not have given Zimmer enough room, who knows. But yeah, anyway, I'll leave the stream there then, because Insane doesn't like he's going to speak, and I think that we've pretty much covered everything. Thank you everyone for joining into the stream. It's been very active in the chat, which is nice to see. And yeah, hopefully to see everyone watching again next week and another great race. Hopefully Phil will be joining me as well as co-commentator. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. Thank you and goodbye.